Hello and welcome back to part 2 of this episode of Fade to Black, currently being filmed by live stream from the Rifles Museum. We are at a public event led by Compass Paranormal investigations team run by Kevin and Janet Bowen. I'm Mark Buttery and I'm converting live streaming into this edited format due to having technical issues at the location. There is also team members Neil Shaw and Craig Hutchinson who are doing the live filming. So to cut this short, I'll run a pre-record of the location that the guys have now moved on to. It's also the area they're using as the hub. When I come back to you, I'll hand you back live to the guys. Hope you all enjoy.
Okay, this is what we call the regiment room. If you can imagine, in 1600s this would have been first built. It was a medieval hall, so you didn't have any floors, no ceiling, just the rafters, fire pit down down in the bottom in the middle, so the smoke would have just come up and come out through the rafters. The sleeping quarters would have been on that side of the building with the cooking stuff underneath, and then around about the 1700s, 1750, very late 1700s, they put in the staircase, the floor, put in the staircase, took the window out there, put a wall in, and the sleeping quarters then went from that side to that side, the kitchen went from that side to that side, and they even took all the flagstones up and put them over there. So this then became the big main room. What then happened was, if you can just look above King George V or VI or whatever he is, you can see the line of where the wall went all the way across down to there, and if you look, you can just see the faint line where they actually split this room into two, so you then have a long corridor with the fantastic window, and the two rooms with the corner fireplaces. Interesting room, mainly because it gets used as the base room, so it doesn't really have a lot of investigation in here, but I have seen at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ghosts in here. So yeah, this is can be a very active, interesting room.
I've got a young man in here straight away. He's telling me he's the son. He wants to know why it was sold. He doesn't believe it should have been sold. He believes it was his.
Unfortunately, it was sold because it's, the last line of the family died.
He believes it was his entitlement.
Well.
There's records of him here.
Yeah. Well,
There is definitely records of him. He believes that it's his place and it shouldn't have been sold.
right.
Not for the price it went for either.
I don't know what the price. Yeah. Well, it's now worth, this building's now worth in the ground around about somewhere between 5 and 7 million quid. That's just the building, nothing else. Right.
Well, I hope that refreshes your mind of the location. So I'll hand you back to the guys currently at the location now. Boys, you getting me?
Yep, loud and clear and switching cameras on now. It may have a slight delay though.
Okay, data arriving now. So I'll hand you back.
Moving anymore? Really? You go towards the green light in the centre of the table. And touch the green light. you touch the green light and let us know, did you live here? Did you work here?
It's moving, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
It's almost like rocking a baby sort of thing. It's very gentle.
Yeah.
So it starts. Did you die here?
Strangest thing is it's corner to corner. It's not actually side to side.
No.
No.
If that is you moving that table, can you keep on building that energy? Try and make the movements bigger and stronger for us. I know it's hard. We appreciate the effort you're making.
And if you're in here, can you rock the table for us?
It's almost like a circular motion now.
Yeah.
It's going slowly.
Can you take the table off with one leg?
I can see it moving.
Yeah.
It's picked up.
That's brilliant. Keep it going, please. Keep that movement going. Make it bigger, make it stronger. Make it rock from side to side. Flipping sensor lights are annoying. Time I turn around, one goes off. Come on, Spirit, keep trying.
Oh, people are coming. Time to show off. Oh, that's it. You can do it.
Yes, come on.
That's it. Keep the
Come on,
pace.
well, no.
Just ignore the people coming down the stairs.
Yeah, you
Keep
stay
rocking
with
the
us.
table. Keep with the energy and keep the table moving.
You okay?
Bye then.
You're doing really well, Spirit. Come on. I want you to get to the stage where you can take that table over on its side. Need to plant it in somebody's knee in a minute. Sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry.
If I do this, Christy?
Sadistic side to me. That's it. Come on, get excited now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to say, is it my wife on the board? She'll kick me in the knee.
Can you take some of the legs off the floor and tip the table over? Can you do that?
Oh,
Bugger off.
cool off.
Thank you.
I'm not asking what the bleeping means.
Yeah, we're in the hub room. Stop.
We had it was break time.
Yeah. Just slow down, let's stop now. Okay, Spirit. Oh, it's a shame.
Well, the night is slowly creeping along. And also tonight, the clocks change. So while I recalibrate streaming, I'll run the pre-record of the walk around that the boys did earlier. and I'll have a quick chat with them while they relocate, and we'll get the cameras online.
Right, this is your first label. Right, okay then, this is attic room 2, through there is attic room 1. If the alarm does go off and you're up in here, go straight down the stairs, do not go into the regimental room. It will bring you out on the door which is opposite the door you came in, and you are to go straight to the flagpole where a roll call will be taken. Right, up here, what would I put up here? Table tipping is a good one. And this is where the old servant quarters used to be, so, and in through there as well, but that's just chock-a-block with old paintings and colours and goodness knows what else, and also the weapons, which is why it's all completely locked up. So yeah, quite an interesting room. Definitely get 2 regular spirits up here.
A man and a woman up here, but it's quite physical in here. They don't
Yeah.
move around, they like to move things.
Yeah.
Especially people that shouldn't be up here.
Yeah,
They don't like them, they will push them out
No.
of the way.
yeah,
And down the stairs too.
yeah,
Literally pushing them down.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind, these are very physical. It's not often you get spirits that will be as physical as what these are.
no, yeah,
This gentleman's an older guy, quite a nice guy, but he wants things done properly and to the letter.
yeah,
To the letter.
yeah.
Everything's got to be.
Like a head butler.
Very regimental. The only thing is show me the long sideboard,
The sideburns, yeah,
but not a lot on top.
not a lot on top.
He's got the long sideboard, but everything's got to be done the right way, and it's in the right order.
Yeah.
Excuse the pun, but he is regimental with
Yeah.
the way that he's doing things. And this woman interests me too. Doesn't like men being up here. Which is quite backwards. It's normally the women that get picked on, but she doesn't like the men being up here.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was separated, whether it was male and female parts up here, but it's
Yeah, there's definitely,
very,
yeah.
very different and very separate energies with that.
Yeah. What I'll also say is, if you've got a group in here, put someone in that room, because you'll ask for something to happen, and you'll get noises in there, so you'll go into there, ask for it to be repeated, and it will happen back in here. So you need to split the group up, because otherwise you'll be ending up running backwards and forwards.
I feel like having a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Having fun with you guys. I'm not going
Yeah.
to do what you've asked me to do. I'm not going to be told what to do by anybody.
Oh no.
Mark, you read me?
Yes, mate.
The camera's now operational, but infrared light emitters having problems. We've changed the batteries, but we're still having issues.
Okay, mate. It's just as you heard, we've got technical issues again. Sorry about this. So I'll run a delayed transmission and try and sort it out as we go.
Why not? It's one thing, you do see that room if it goes.
Just. We got a shot of it, top of the stairs. Is your light on?
Yeah, that's on.
Yeah.
Also come flashbangs back on.
Okay.
Okay, is there any spirit here with us now? Can you let us know you're here? If you can hear my voice, can you make a noise for me? Make a sound.
Okay, so. Still paper, I'll give it that.
It's like a Smouldering sort of burny smell.
Someone's at the bottom of the stairs.
Only me, Jack.
Oh
Be
gosh!
careful, there's a ball on top of the stairs.
Don't fall on the ball. We'll split up into the two areas to see if we can.
Have you had much on the locked off camera?
I don't know. I won't know that until I view it tomorrow.
Oh, right, okay. So I didn't know if you had someone keep checking it. That's all.
No.
You know what you're doing tomorrow?
Yeah. We was going to have it so you could see it as it was running, but it bought the wrong cable.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, you get yourself a nice cable tomorrow.
That's all right, I don't mind. I like watching footage.
It's actually good, yeah. It's nice if you can online. When we got up here.
Would you like to play with my ball?
Look, this torch is really rolly. Is that a word? Is that a real word? Rolly? Look how pretty it is. If you can move that torch for me across the table, I'll let you keep that as well.
I'm going to say I'm glad we don't have PhDs. Come and play with my ball, come and play with my roller thing. Do you know what a whatchamacall it is?
We have lots of whatchamacallits,
Yeah,
don't we?
I'm thinking my bobs and ouch, what the hell was...
Come on, please come and play with the ball.
I'll come and play with my roly torch.
If you don't like people being up here and you like to push people and throw things at people, you're more than welcome to do it to me. Or to anybody in this room.
Anything to speed up my operation appointment. I'm a big weight.
Kick him in the nuts.
That's exactly what it is.
How did I know that?
A little bit psychic there, John.
Either that or I should have been reading Kevin's Facebook. Because he said that there's callits and that coming up, and I said I couldn't do it because I'm waiting and all.
Alright.
So I've been trying, I said I want to, but I can't. I'm very close not knowing if I'm able to make this.
Yeah.
Come on, if you can knock that ball off those stairs, if it lights up, we'll leave. We'll get out your way. But you got to show me you can do it.
Can't do it, can you?
Come on, show us you in here. Can you give us a sign, please?
Can you hear that noise out here? There's noises out here on the stairs.
Like a creaking.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the building settling or not. Still.
I thought it was you leaning on the cupboard.
No, it's out, definitely out here on the stairs.
That's why I was discounting it. I thought,
If that was you coming up the stairs, can you continue to come up?
want that pretty ball? If you can move that ball, you can have it.
Flash. In a minute.
If it flashes.
You just hate it when you say that. It's like 20 seconds later.
I know.
My camera's been really playing up tonight.
That's alright. I haven't used it. Come on. You on the stairs?
I was say we've had one duff battery so far.
Is there another? Does it come up any? Yeah, it does. There's a flat up above us, isn't there?
Is there?
I can say I can hear footsteps upstairs. Yeah. Unless this was. I'm sure there was a flat at the top.
I don't know, I don't really know much history on this
It
place.
did look like there was.
Yeah.
Unless that was this window here that we could see with the lights on and that. Wasn't
Yeah, it was a middle window,
it?
but
Yeah.
this building.
Hello again, we seem to be getting live stream back slowly. So while it was on delayed stream, the guys have gone back to the cellar, for which some reason the signal was at 0. So I'll hand you back live to the guys now.
Right, Mark, if you want to know what's going on, Live stream's gone down, so we've had to do pre-record right now. We're back down in the cellar. We've got a K2 meter with us right now to sort of see what's going on. What we found out so far from the previous,
Sorry, mate.
from when we came down earlier on with the rest of the public. What was it? What we got?
Well, we've got a few hits on our K2 meter. I actually picked up a picture as well. I haven't got a clue what it is, so we'll have to analyse that back at the hub.
Okay.
I'll send that to Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had bits and pieces.
I was going to say, because if you break it down, Mark, like sort of separate the light, maybe put a negative focus through it, take out the background lighting, you might be able to clear something up a little bit more. I can't do it because it'd have to be a few more days, but if you've got a chance tonight, please do. Otherwise, resend it to me and I'll see what I can do in, like, when it comes to pure edit. Right, let's carry on. Right. Okay, there's K2 meter. Just to prove to everybody where we are, this is the main cellar. We did have just a couple of people with us, but they'd chosen to move somewhere else. Earlier on in the night, the K2 was going like the clappers because there were two which was running by standby. Right, okay. I'll turn one light out.
I feel cold all of a sudden.
What, like? I know it's naturally cold down there. Right, if there's a spirit with us right now, we've got this in front of us. It's a box with some magic lights on there. Can you make that light change? Can you make it flash?
Show us that you're in here. Give us a sign.
You might need to have a torch down there. Have you got enough light?
Yeah.
On the infrared, we've had to convert back to natural light because our batteries have gone down in infrared.
Yeah, that's 4 batteries we've got through tonight.
It's quite surprising that the batteries seem to go in virtually one area though.
Yes. What, that was it the library?
Well, library was separated, so I don't know what actually went on in the library because I had to go to...
I know, I lost 1 battery in the library, it just went dead. Well, show us a sign. If you're in here, show us a sign. Can you make a noise, please? Or even change the colours on the K2 meter. Change the lights. Are you in here? If you're in here, can you move one of these objects, please? I'm going to put this trigger object on the table. Can you move it for me, please? If you're in here, please move the key.
By the looks, if you look at the shape of it, it looks like the keys actually was already there to start with. See the black markings? It's almost identical.
Is there anybody down here with us? It's quite quiet in here now, isn't it?
Yeah. In a strange way, dead.
Yeah. Should we go and try somewhere else? Should we?
Yeah, I think we'll try another location. If we can't, we'll try and...
Well, thanks for watching. The guys are getting tired now, and I've quite a drive back, so I'll hand you over to the boys while I shut down.
Right, well that draws the evening to an end. we've just got to go back, review now, send everything back. The clocks have just changed, so we've got a just short of a 3-hour trip home, haven't we?
Should be here for about 6 o'clock in the morning.
So we'll see how long it takes us to get this all put together. But thanks a lot, and we'll speak to you in the review shortly.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hello and welcome back to the review. Sorry, it's been quite a while since we actually got round to editing all this. We've had a few issues going on, mainly the live stream, clearing it all up. Also, I've just recently had an operation, so I hadn't done any sort of work on the system for a while. But once again, we've got myself, Neil,
Oh yeah.
and also Mark over in Nottingham.
Hi guys.
So instead of like just talking rubbish, let's just get down to the night what it was. It was a few months ago when we actually filmed this. It was the night before Mother's Day, I think.
It was, yep.
Yeah, so that was quite joyful for Janet. Right, the Rifles Museum, which was
In Salisbury.
so you got to forgive me, my brain's a bit gone after a while, and we joined Janet and Kevin Bowen. It was great to meet you. It's been a long time been talking to you through Facebook, but it's nice to actually see you face to face and see your lovely wife Janet. And also good to really work with Team Compass.
It was, yeah.
Stream, how was it at your end?
It was good again, but there was some points where we lost it completely, and that was when it went down for no apparent reason.
I was going to say because
Our end.
part of it was we had to park quite a distance away, didn't we?
We did. We weren't allowed to park on site.
I can't remember what he said to us of why we couldn't park there, but
I think it was just due to the residents, because there's a lot of residents nearby, and due to these paranormal events finishing late, the people before us, unless the last ghost hunter, they made quite a bit of ruckus.
Yeah,
A bit of noise.
I'm gonna say it's unfortunate though when other teams do go out and spoil it for everybody else. So yeah, we were running back and forth to the car, uploading as fast as we could to Mark. Was stream coming through fast enough though, even though we couldn't get it on live stream directly?
It was a little bit stop and start, but we sorted it out.
Apart from that, we had a good look around. As you've seen from the previous videos, you have a little walk around and then it was cut over to live. Luckily to Mark controlling that for us. But first location, we started off on the ground floor in the it was what used to be the kitchen.
That's right, yeah.
You actually went on to the board first because you joined the other two people in our group at the time. There wasn't much movement.
There wasn't much activity at all with the board.
Because it's like from what we showed on the camera and that was all we got. So we quickly swapped back and forth, and then it was asked for us to use a glass for motion, try and get anything out of that. Once again,
Little movement, if any. It was very quiet, I'd say, on the board. We weren't experiencing anything.
I've got to say, it's the only thing is with these events, people come along and they think, oh, everything is going to happen. It doesn't happen like that. It's basically, if anything happens, you're very, very lucky.
Yeah.
It's just like, as you say, you go there, nothing's put forward, and if you run out screaming your head off, it can just, it's down to own individual personalities. Look, we were quite small groups.
Yeah.
Because we had, was it just two others in ours?
Yes, it was group of four as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an older gentleman and a lady with him as well, and then we had two members from
the Compass Paranormal.
Yeah, but then we just like basically called out a couple of times. Then we went back to the board. We actually used a glass to sort of just go for motion. I think the board was turned over, so we're looking for motion.
Yes.
And but while we're actually doing that, we'd put a coin down, seeing if that would attract it up, because early on the night, someone, a member of the public, was saying that shiny objects is quite an attractive
Yeah,
thing.
no, apparently there's supposed to be a spirit there that was attracted to these shiny objects, and
Yeah.
they had a habit of moving them around. Because obviously it's a museum, so there's plenty of shiny objects in there.
Because I saw like medals and everything like that in there, and quite a lot of armoury. And then also Kevin Bowen came in, and he started telling us about different things, like there was a gentleman there saying he didn't want the kids around.
That was that the room where we smelled the smoke?
Yes,
tobacco.
It was. Yeah, as soon as it...
Very strong stench of tobacco.
Because we smelled that twice. Initially on the walk around, but we just kept it to ourselves. Because we didn't want, as I say, it's a public event, so you don't just basically put things in other people's heads. So we went back onto location, smelt it again, so then we told the members of the team as well. And he was just telling us about this gentleman and different things. You've probably seen it on the main video. Very open. Kevin was willing to accept questions on it, and he was giving us straight answers. But it's like I said, we didn't really get much on the board. But the one thing that did come up on the footage was that when Kevin was talking, everyone had turned to him face to face. It was only when you and another member of the team that were there that night is that turned around. The actual glass had moved.
That's right. Yes.
It had actually moved to the corner of the board. So that's when we tried moving it again, but none of it happened. So then after that, we went to location 2.
Was that the attic?
No, it was the library.
That's right, yes.
Because our original location 2 was down in the cellar. But because we had massive lighting issues, and we couldn't get live stream to you, Mark, at all.
I think it was had to run a pre-record for that one, I believe.
That room was supposed to be one of the most active in the building. So
the cellar itself?
Oh, the cellar, the library.
No, that's where we went to straight afterwards. No, we went to the cellar, but we just had big problems with being underground. We couldn't get a strong enough signal. But later on, as you saw in the actual thing, we did go back and we did try again. But then, our location 2 for footage-wise, we went to the library, which you then run the walk around at your end from the pre-record that we did.
That's right.
But the library, I don't know, because because we had to split up, because I was asked to leave the room. What were you actually getting in there? Because with me being separated from you, I never really got time to properly talk.
In the library, I didn't really get anything, even though it's supposed to be one of the most activity-wise and most active rooms in the building. So that's why they had to put grills over the front of the bookcases, because they used to throw the books off. Well,
to be honest, I'd love that to just even happen. Yes. I would just open the doors to see if it really did.
I know.
It's like, even if it's a stud then, play daylight, just say, does that hurt? Yes, it does.
That's fun with you.
But
nothing else in there. They didn't have any activity.
Because they tried the Frank's box in there as well. That's when they first got it out, I think, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember the Frank's box in that room.
Yeah, but I don't know, it got random. But while that happened, Kevin came in, he asked for someone to go and leave the room and go onto the main steps, which unfortunately I volunteered for. Stupid me. But yeah, I went out there and we were filming at the same time. The cameras were side by side, so we were filming through the infrared which you had, and I just had the main camera with extra lighting. I don't know. I got told there should have been a lot of activity on those steps. Me personally, there wasn't a lot. A few strange knocks, movements, one from the loft, which no one was allowed to go into because the actual Team Compass had a locked off camera in there. Till I speak to them, I don't know what they've actually caught on their video footage. Pardon me. But how can I put it? It's like there was a knock behind the mirror. When I was stood still, I literally meant, because I knew that there was a sensor in the room, which detects movement like for your normal alarms. So I stayed as still as I possibly could, and all I kept seeing was that light coming on, not like all the time, but on a random basis. Because with that coming through on the camera at your end, because I saw it clearly, it being quite dark, but
not that I noticed. It'd be interesting for me to have a look back at that.
well, what we'll do is we'll probably, when this is all done, you'll probably look through it again or something, just
Yeah.
get it a bit closer. But then also you radio through to me, because while I was on the steps, I felt I'd been punched in the eyeball.
Yeah, you got a slight marking below your eye.
Because also later that night, we had actually talking to another member of the public, and he did a separate one on his own with another team, and he had the same sensation. We never even spoke to each other. He just said it literally felt like he'd been hit in one eye, and it happened to be the same eye. So, for your judgment down to what we think and what you think is two different things. But then you radio through to me saying something was happening to Neil.
Yeah, it was really emotional.
That's right. That was when we were sitting.
That was quite unusual.
That's when we were sitting in our base room.
Yeah, because you went back there because we'd separated and you'd still gone to there.
Yeah, sat in there. We all just sat in separate corners for a bit of quiet. Then, strangest feeling I've ever had. Just all of a sudden, just got really, just sort of sad feeling come over me, and I just felt tears coming down my eyes.
Because it's like it was quite a bit of a rushed night, a lot going off, and I didn't really get time to even speak to you. I just got told to come running through to you because something was happening.
But yeah, that's the strangest feeling.
I was going to say because this is your second really proper event of any sort of ghost hunting event itself, and being so sceptic as well. It's like I'm very sceptic. I look at things in many different formats. I try and rule everything out. But for a person who's literally just come in and never really done it before, it's like for you to be there out in the corner by yourself and tears to be rolling down your face.
Yeah.
And
so one thing I've never got from these is actually being scared. Do you know, when you hear about these ghost hunts, you think, I'm gonna crap myself.
Yeah.
But you never get that sort of scared feeling. It's strange to sort of describe.
Yeah, I was going to say because at the time I don't think there was no medium in there. We just had the two team members who were controlling us.
Yep.
But then after that, we had to take a big break. We had to swap all batteries, so that's why this is in two halves, which you gladly informed everyone for us, Mark. But then
I did.
But then when we came back, we actually continued in the hub, where we set up all our stuff, where Neil was quite emotional, and we did table tipping.
Yes.
I can't remember. Have you done table tipping before?
I've not done. That was my first experience of table tipping.
Initially, what did you think of it? Because I don't really like going on table tipping because it's like, once again, I've seen and I've done it before, and I just feel that, am I really manipulating this?
Yeah.
And I'd like to see other people doing it.
Yeah, I was quite sceptical, especially if I remember rightly, it was done in the dark as well. They turned the lights off.
We had night vision on you.
Yeah.
Because then I got told to step on the board as well.
Yeah. As you
I don't like doing it, but that's me. But just for a quick second, what we'll do is... Where's the iPad gone? But what I'll do is I'll show in a second the photos what Neil actually took that night, and we'll have a quick talk through it. Hang on, here it is now. So I'll just run that on there. Spare us. We are trying to run this as live as possible for this review. Have you got yours at yours end, Neil? Mark?
Yeah, just having a look again now.
Okay. My channel. There we go. It's just your photos what you took that night.
Oh, yeah, my stills.
It's just so we can basically talk you through what we thought ourselves. So initially, when we arrived there, just talk us through what you were taking on random.
That's just basically just telling us where we are, and there we have Salisbury Cathedral. And there's a final picture of us all that attended the
Yes, our ugly mugs again.
And that was just one of us when we were outside just investigating the exterior of the building. And there's Kevin Bowen and a couple of other members of his team. And that guy there, he was the
Tour guide.
he was the tour guide. Yeah, that was our base room. That was our hub.
But this photo is interesting.
This one, yes,
It's like you said you didn't have no light on,
that was
but
in
there
the
was nothing
cellar.
there.
In the cellar, no flash.
But it's like you said, I'd done a night vision shot to sort of see where we could get this light, and then I also did an ultraviolet shot.
Oh yeah,
But it's this light what's cutting through my knee.
it was very strange. That was.
But it's like we'll put it back on. What were your thoughts on them?
It's the strangest thing I've ever seen, and I've seen a fair bit with doing the live streaming and things.
I'm going to say because the fact is usually to get stuff like that you've got to have light coming from somewhere.
That's right, yeah.
Pitch black, no flash. So I really don't know where that light has come from.
Because it's like even I didn't even have the lights on through the
It's
show.
unexplainable.
No, we've tried going down every avenue to try and think about what could have caused that.
Because you've got to take out atmospheric, you've got to
I
take
think
out
the viewers will have
reflections.
to make their own mind up on that one.
Yeah, I think that's the best way, Mark, isn't
Yeah,
it?
best decision on that one.
Yeah.
But apart from that, let's get back to it. Went to the hub. We'd done the table tipping. Not much came out of it. It did start moving a little bit, but as I say, you can't judge it whether it's spirit or human manipulation.
Yeah.
Your body does things when you're not thinking about it. And then upstairs.
In the attic.
Mm.
Very quiet there as well, wasn't it? I know another member of the public did have some cold spots in the room.
Because we did separate into two halves.
Yeah, because there was 2 rooms in the attic, wasn't there?
Yeah. Because one thing we found as well, we were having massive issues with our infrared that night.
Yeah.
Our illuminators were just going down left, right and centre. But while we were up there, our lights just dimmed beyond belief. I won't mind, but they were brand new batteries. But Mark, we'd asked you to see if you could do what about it. What do you do in the end? Because it just seemed to really, it didn't clear it up, but we were able to position everybody.
It enhanced it, didn't it?
Yeah.
It sort of enhanced the picture.
I just used a little bit of my knowledge and tried to clear it up the best I could, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say it was quite good what you actually did there, just like a bit of tweaking to try and, because like when you stream it back to us, because like you do all the alterations back at hub and then it's like a alternate stream. We stream to you, you stream back to us, and you save onto the hard drive, and that's when you send it to us to edit.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, it's just like I think we just basically had a bit of a banter and a bit of a laugh and a joke. Really, I still chuckle at their rolly torch and their flashy ball.
Yeah, flashy ball.
I was going to say that came a topic of the night. That did.
It just we did get. Well, I thought it was a good result from Kevin's thanks box downstairs. I mean, the whole of the group.
Yeah.
Did that downstairs.
I was going to say I don't know what they called that because it wasn't.
No,
Next
it wasn't a
Generation.
standard FMAM thanks box, was it?
No.
It didn't actually run through the frequency range, but he did explain what it was, but I didn't really quite.
But it's like for viewers at home, this isn't that bit was not actually in the video. We have got another, but we filmed nearly 50 minutes, so we'll probably upload it as an extra video for you, so you can actually see what happened. But it just like the radio wasn't searching; it was answering your questions.
Yes.
It came out, but it was questions, and then they also had the ovulus.
The answers did tend to relate to the questions that were asked, didn't they?
Yeah, I think you really had to think about what the answer was.
Yes, I think it's like that photo down to sort of participant manipulation as to what you think it could be.
Yeah, I like it. His phone goes off while we're live on TV. You can't beat it. Is it the wife?
It is.
It is.
I'll call it back.
You gotta catch that on YouTube. Hi Zoe. But yeah, initially we've gone from the loft. Is it your turn now?
It's a new system update, I think.
This is brilliant. This is. Yeah, so basically we've gone from the loft and then we went back to the cellar, we were able to get a direct stream back to yourself, Mark.
Yeah.
And it was a lot clearer. You chose to run 2 cameras at the same time for stream-wise.
Yeah, that's right.
Once again, not a lot happened down there.
No, I was quite disappointed. I was hoping there'd be some activity down there, but
Yeah, it's like I say with these public events, so you can't judge it.
no. Some are better than others, and you could go the next week and there could be plenty of activity, so it could be just a day that we went on.
Yeah.
So,
but
I don't know.
we'll draw it to a close. We did have a good night.
Oh, I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though there wasn't much activity, but it was still nice guests, nice company.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's a good company.
The host made us feel welcome.
Well, that's just it. I saw gadgets on there, even I've never tried. Fine again. So basically, no, thank you very much, Kevin and Janet. You really made us welcome at your location. It's like the team, brilliant. You answered all our questions, what we wanted. You made us feel so much like part of the family. There's a few bits of banter which has recently been going on. We're not believers of that. For what we went for this event. And for what we saw,
I saw them being professional and had no issues whatsoever. And like you said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a really good night.
Yeah.
And I can't complain at all, really.
So it's just like, we'd like to join you again, Compass. Maybe at a later event, maybe later in the year, maybe start of next year. See you all again, see those smiley faces. But yeah, once again, thank you very much. Mark, thanks for being online for us for tonight.
Yeah, thanks again, guys.
And we'll leave you with it. We'll see you in episode 3 when we finally get round to filming it.
Eventually.
I've just got to go through a lot of recovering now. I'm not allowed to do anything, so this is going to be the last bit of filming we'll do for a couple of months at least.
But we will be back, so watch your space.
Yeah, definitely. Just like and maybe comment on the video. Speak to you soon. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Beat the drums.
Circles I drown.